Hello, this video is called Don't Do a Robot's Work, Just Take Credit for It. And basically the idea is I'll show you how to automate a task. In this case I'm going to be transferring data from one Excel sheet to the other, but it can be used equally to transfer data from any program to any other program, whatever your specific task may be. I'm hoping if this video is successful, I'll get suggestions in the comments for future videos and we can just keep going like that. So for today's project, I set up these Excel sheets and I just typed in some basic information. It's only 4 lines, but it'll show the concept that I'm trying to get across. The program that I'm going to be using is called Autohotkey, and essentially what you do is you'll code your program and it'll just be telling your computer what to do, exactly how to use the mouse, exactly where to click, stuff like that. And then you come in here, this is the compiler, and you'll type in your notepad file or whatever text editor that you use, and then you'll name your .exe file that you want to have output. You'll convert it and you'll be ready to go. This program can be downloaded for free online, and I'll put a link in the description. Now, I already coded this particular project, but I'm going to go through and show you how this would be done. So this is my code. Pretty simple for this project since it's only transferring the 4 lines of code. But this same code could actually be used to transfer an infinite number of lines, which is all up to how many you need to be transferred. So I'm going to go through and show you how I came to get this particular coding. First thing that I do is I have these coordinates. I got those coordinates by using this, which I'll put the code for this exe file in the description as well. Basically what this does is what you see next to my cursor. It gives me the coordinates, and this particular file gives me the coordinates relative to whatever the current active tab is. So this is relative to the notepad that I have open right now. So after I do that, and I got that opened up, I'll come over to my Excel sheet, and all I did was find the coordinates of this click, 15 and 240. So I can highlight everything that's in that row. And what I did was I came over to my notepad and I just set that initial click. Set the coordinates for that initial click. So then for this particular code, the next step that I did was I wanted to tell it how many times to click and copy. So I made an input box which will actually pop up on the screen and ask how many lines of code you want to copy. And you'll just type it in, hit enter, and then that number, which we're calling lines, will be given to this loop, and it'll tell the loop to go through that many cycles. The next thing, now that we're within the loop, and this is actually going to be what's transferring the data from one file to the other, I have Winactivate, and I have all my data over here. This is book 2, so I want to activate a window called book 2 Excel, and then I want it to click at A, comma B. These are the coordinates that we just mentioned before. And the reason that I set them as variables is because then I can actually alter them as we go through the loop, and it can click down the line rather than just clicking the same spot every time. Also, something to note is that the reason it has the % signs around it is because that's just the syntax for Autohotkey, when you're outputting a variable, you need to put the % sign around that variable, or it just thinks it's a letter. So I click on Amy's row. I send C, which is Control C in Autohotkey. The caret means control. So Control C to copy. Then clipwait. That waits to make sure that something actually got copied to the clipboard, and the 2 tells it how many seconds to wait before aborting the file. So clipwait 2 seconds. If we don't have anything in 2 seconds, it's going to abort. Winactivate. So now what we want to do is actually go over to the other book. We're going to activate book 1, and what it's going to do is click in that same spot and paste what we just had, what we just copied. So it has the same exact coordinates because it is the same coordinates, just relative to the other screen, the other tab. And we're going to send Control V to paste. And then what we're going to do is we're going to actually cycle through, and we're going to take our B coordinate and we're going to add 20 to it. This makes it go down from here. You can see now we're at 260 rather than 240 like before. So now we're going to go back through the loop because we told it to go through. In this case, we'll tell it 4 times. So it's going to go back through again, now with a higher B value. It's going to click here, copy, and paste it over in the second row. And it'll keep going through just like that. So now, if you are going to compile this now, having finished your code, what you do is you go to your Autohotkey, you would type in, or you would go browse, you would find where you saved your notepad file. You would then go to that same folder or wherever else you want to save this new file. That's going to be your executable file. You would name it, and you'd hit enter. And now all you have to do is you convert your text file into an executable file. And this does that for you. You just hit convert. It says it's complete. Okay. Now what we have to do is here is my executable file. I called it data transfer. And we just click this. It's going to ask us the number of lines. I'm going to type 4. And it's going to copy and paste each line in a row over to the other side. Now not only does this do the job for you, but in many cases this is going to do it much faster than you would do it. I wouldn't have done it that fast. And if it was more lines that need to be copied over, it would definitely just gain way more momentum on me than I could do by myself. So this is more efficient and saves you the whole time because you don't have to do it. If this is something that you would be doing every day at work, that's the time that it would take you to make this code is nothing compared to the amount of time that you would have spent doing this day after day, and now you don't have to. So that's the gist of it. This code would have to be altered a little bit to fit whatever your particular needs are. It's not going to be the same exact coordinates for you as it would be for me, or especially if you're using a different program. But that's the basics, and you could alter that to meet your needs. Now, I'm hoping that we'll get a few comments and we'll be able to continue this and make more videos. But for now, that's all. Thank you.